Contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, it's December the 12th, I think. Yeah, it's December 12th. I'm lost.
Here, hold my sign.
Yeah, shut up. So it is Friday, December the 12th. And as usual, we had a great week. I was off 2 days, so I had a great week. Yay! And we had a phone call with the ombudsman on Monday that I was able to jump on for a little while. Let's see, what else happened, David?
Dee Dee had 2 surgeries. Oh, that wasn't with you, though, was it?
No,
Dee Dee had her deviated septum surgery, and she had her shoulder operated
This
on.
week?
Yeah.
I didn't realize she had them both this week.
Well, one of them was like the end of last week,
Okay.
and then followed through right into this week. She's laid up right now with her arm in a splint and on a block, can't move it, eating pills, pointing fingers.
Yes.
She actually got up. I got to give her credit. Tonight she got up and started dinner, and then I had to go in and help her get it finished because she couldn't quite do it all. But
Well, good for her.
she's making progress. But
Good.
then she eats more pills.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey,
And-
whenever I had that ankle surgery, I was eating pills. I ate pills for the first week, and then I cut it out and ate Tylenol and ibuprofen like they were going out of style.
Which is probably...
Not good for me, but I
No.
didn't get addicted. I didn't have to worry about breaking a habit.
True. Very true. Very true. Did you have any other good news?
I got a job.
There we go.
Yeah. It's not 100% official, but it's 98% official.
It's getting there.
So I'll be down working with, not exactly with them, but I'll be working down like with Kathy Griffin and all them down at the whole program.
The whole program.
So I'll be the maintenance man, so I won't actually be a part of the whole program, but it's still the same facility.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great job. And I don't have to worry about going to 46 or 48 locations. I can just go to one location. I think they might have 3 different properties, but still a lot less stress.
Absolutely. So we're happy for you, and I think he's going to be in a better mood now.
Maybe.
Maybe. Mayhaps.
And tomorrow I get to be Santa Claus. I got a practice run for Santa Claus.
Woohoo!
So we'll be going to Northwest Educational Center, and I think they have a car show going on.
They do. He
Yeah.
talked about it. And
He invited me to bring my bike out and dress as Santa Claus and drive through the parking lot going, ho, ho, ho.
on your motorcycle. That would be awesome.
He said that the people that were supposed to bring bikes are coming from San Antonio, so they weren't going to do the practice run.
Oh, okay.
So I get it.
Well, good for you. Good for Santa.
Yeah.
Good for the kids showing up tomorrow. So, David has lined up a great show for us tonight. Let me click on that. So, tonight is Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement. We have Caleb here, who will be representing the organization. Marci Marie, the Prison Show Women's Unit reporter, social media influencer, filmmaker, podcast host, and director of community engagement at Lioness Justice Impacted Women.
And I ran out of space because there's more there.
Oh, yeah, I know. She's man, good for her.
She's awesome.
Sommer Alexander and Jason Gibson, the Reentry Peer Support Specialist at Texas Harm Reduction Alliance, and Abe Bonowitz, the co-director, founder at Death Penalty Action. Remember to go out and sign those petitions at deathpenaltyaction.org. But first off, we have Mr. Caleb. What you got for us tonight?
Okay, so I'll start off talking about some of what's been happening the past month or so. On November 22nd, we had our annual holiday get-together so that we could get holiday cards sent out to the people on death row. So hopefully those are going to be arriving on time since we sent them out pretty early.
Fingers crossed.
The campaign to free Charles Flores is currently raising money to fight his case. This coming April will mark 27 years since he lost his freedom and was sentenced to death. The campaign is asking for $27 from those who choose to donate, $1 for each year of his life that he's lost on death row. According to the fundraiser, money will go towards critical investigative work, as Charles has always maintained his innocence. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, there is no DNA or physical evidence connecting him to the crime for which he was sentenced, and the only witness to identify him didn't do so until being placed under hypnosis by police, and this is a quote, in an attempt to help her recall more details. Experts have been saying for years that hypnosis doesn't work as a memory recovery method, and it doesn't increase the accuracy of eyewitness recall and recognition. Or it doesn't work as a memory recovery method. After 2020, the Texas Rangers stopped using hypnosis in investigations, and in 2023, Texas passed SB 338, which effectively bans the use of hypnosis-induced testimony in criminal trials. Flores has exhausted all of his appeals, but his attorneys are making the case that he deserves a new trial due to the changes in the law that have occurred in recent years. And you can find more information on how to donate to that campaign and it's Free Charles Flores on Instagram. On December 6th, the Abolition movement met in front of the Fraternal Order of Police headquarters to show solidarity with the March for Mamiya in Pennsylvania. Abu Jamal is, of course, the revolutionary Black Panther who spent nearly 30 years on Pennsylvania's death row for something he's always maintained he didn't do, and his whole trial was just filled with racism and corruption. He got off death row in 2011 after decades of international struggle, but he remains in the general population where it's of permanent blindness, and he required several cataract surgeries, which he only got after coordinated pressure campaign on his behalf. This year marks the 44th from Philadelphia to the State Correctional Institute in Frackville. There's about 100 people marching in the cold for all those days. The march wrapped up, and at the Houston event, the campaign to free Sinatra. Sinatra is someone who has been in solitary confinement for over 23 years, and now he, in a health crisis, has putting his life at risk. And if you're in Austin tomorrow, there's going to be a protest for him at the Texas State Capitol at noon. And I actually just got an update on the way here, so I'm going to read that what was sent to me.
On him?
On him. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he was transferred over to the UTMB hospital in Galveston, which is connected with TDCJ. His transfer happened late Monday night, and he has been there since. Our demands are that, 1, he gets access to communication because he hasn't been able to call out. He has only had one legal call since then. 2, he's allowed to stay at the hospital for treatment. 3, he is transferred over to LeBlanc Geriatric Unit in Beaumont, Texas. And it says, we're really thankful for the support that's been given to us up to this point. Due to the pressure, we've gotten this win, but we need more support in making sure he is not sent back to McConnell Unit, the same place that has been neglecting his health. Sinachly's attorney filed a lawsuit for elder abuse against McConnell Unit, so we have also began the legal pressure for these demands. And if you want to know more about this, you can actually go to Free Sinachly on Instagram, and if you need to know how to spell that, it's XIN.
Hang on.
Okay.
Let me XIN
ACHLI.
And that's his last name or first name?
That's his name.
Okay.
Nationally, there's some pretty disturbing news in that the Supreme Court is hearing arguments in a case called Ham versus Smith. This case could upend the ways in which IQ tests are used in determining the death penalty. The ruling in this case could potentially make it much easier for states to execute people with intellectual disabilities. And, with this Supreme Court being how it is, I'm not expecting a good ruling.
No.
And then there's the article about this in the New York Times you can read. It's called Supreme Court Grapples with Death Penalty Case on Intellectual Disability. The Abolition movement is going to be tabling at the Third Ward Multi-Service Center on the first night of Kwanzaa, which is December 26th. So if you're in the group and interested in working, that you can let it be known in the Facebook group, which is the Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement. And I always have to add that if you don't put the then it's going to bring you to something else.
Right. The.
Yes.
Make sure you put the.
Yes. And then we'll be having our next meeting on January 6th at 7 p.m. at the Shape Center. And be sure to come to this if you're planning on marching in the Martin Luther King Parade. The Abolition Movement will be having a spot in the parade on January 19th. In the coming year, there are 3 executions scheduled, and the year 2026 will be the year when Texas crosses 600 executions in this state alone since the death penalty was reinstated by the Supreme Court in 1976. And the last thing I've got is be sure you follow us on Instagram. That's at Texas Death Penalty, TX Death Penalty. And if you need to write us, you can do so at P.O. Box 3454, Houston, Texas 77253. Oh, there's no way I finished in 4 minutes. Oh my gosh. Wait, am I missing something?
He's looking back over his notes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think that it's important that we mention the Supreme Court case.
Yes.
Again, it's Ham
Versus Smith.
And that, what state is that out of?
Oh, you know what? Hold on, I'm about to tell you.
Oh.
I had it all just a little bit ago. You're going to have to bear with me.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry.
okay. Well, Ham versus Smith, you can look that up or get your people to send information to you about that if you're interested. But it is on intellectual disability or what they perceive it to be. And I know that they keep rescheduling conferences across the board. So if you're scheduled for conference, be aware that it may just be pushed off again.
Okay. It involves Joseph Clifton Smith, a man on death row in Alabama who was convicted of murder and sentenced to death despite multiple IQ tests ranging from 72 to 78, establishing intellectual disabilities. Both the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Alabama and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit stayed Smith's execution. However, Alabama appealed the case to the Supreme Court, claiming that Smith could not prove an IQ of 70 or less. And in Atkins, the court found that an IQ of approximately 70 can indicate an intellectual disability. So in Ham versus Smith, the court is being asked to establish how lower courts should weigh IQ scores when deciding if a person in a death penalty case is intellectually disabled. The court's decision has the potential to radically change how states utilize IQ tests to diagnose intellectual disability, which could make it easier to apply the death penalty.
Of course it could.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly when they're going to be issuing that ruling, but
We're gonna have our eyes on that docket. And repeat your address again.
it's P.O. Box 3454, Houston, Texas 77253.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Caleb. We appreciate you being here tonight. And hey, David, do you want to jump to Jason?
Yep, you have to. If Marci's not there, it's time to. The show must go on.
The show must go on. Yes. So we're gonna get to Jason and Summer with the Reentry Peer Support Specialist at Texas Harm Reduction Alliance. And here we go. How are y'all doing this evening?
Great.
I'm
great,
good.
great.
How are y'all?
Doing fabulous. So what do y'all have for us this evening?
So, hello, everyone, and happy holidays. I hope that everyone is doing well. So, y'all have heard me before. I'm Summer Alexander, and I'm with Texas Harm Reduction Alliance. And I essentially work as a justice-involved reentry peer support specialist, really focused on helping people when they come home from being in the system. And so, typically what we do at Texas Harm Reduction is my idea of it is like working with you prior to you coming home. So what does that look like? It's, I speak to you or we write each other and you let me know exactly what your goals are. We line them out for you. That way you're completely prepared as much as possible when you come home. One of the things that we've discovered is that when you're prepared, as far as having housing in place or having a support system and possible, areas of employment available for you already, the likelihood of recidivism happening lower. And so our goal is to really push in on that and to really help people that are coming out. Both me and Jason are system impacted, and so we understand what it's like to be behind those walls. We understand that it's hard, and you have all of these goals, and then you come home, and a lot of times it's not as easy as they make it seem. And so I know for myself, I got in this work because that was very important to me, to make sure that I could extend that hand and be able to be a vessel of support once you come home, because we need that. It's not just a come home, do the right thing kind of situation. And Jason is actually our new peer support specialist that is in our office, and I'm so excited to have him. He is just, I can't even say enough how much of he is a literal example of what happens when you are behind the walls and you take advantage of every single opportunity that you do have when you're in there, like taking classes, getting your education, all of those things. And so I'm going to let him tell his side of it, but I will tell you this. Jason has been with us for going on 3 months. When we connected with him and hired him, he had only been out for about 3 months, and he just got done doing 21 years. So, Jason, I'm going to let you pick up from there and tell him what you're doing with us.
I appreciate that, Summer. First, I have to thank you, Summer, for being such a huge support for me, and also for that wonderful introduction. And to the host of this show, I remember being on Central Unit way back in 2004 and just listening to this show and dreaming of the day that I would have a chance to interact on the prison radio show. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I mean, we're fighting from every angle that we can fight. And I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As far as a little bit about myself, of course, as Summer said, I've had a lengthy involvement with the criminal legal system that spanned back, to my youth. I first got incarcerated when I was 13, and since 13, I don't think I stayed out of jail or prison for a complete year, for the remainder of my life. It led to me eventually being convicted in 2004 of an aggravated robbery, and I was sentenced to 42 years. I learned rocking and rolling as is the norm, and I learned really quickly, being faced with such a lengthy sentence, to appreciate time. Because while you're inside, you count the hours, you count the minutes, the days, the seconds. Like, you literally become a servant of time. Facing the death from family members and And just a lot of pain in my life forced me to really just take a look at what I was doing. And I decided to, instead of serving time, try to make time serve me. And so thanks to my great support system, people like my father and the community support that I was facing with, that I was receiving inside, I started to first just dream about the possibility of being something different. Then I started to read and I started to put myself around other people that were doing positive things. And like Summer said, I enrolled myself in classes. I completed college. I went to Toastmasters, Bridges to Life, all those different things. And fast forward, 20 years later, I became a life coach, a peer educator. I was part of the Merit program, which is one of the first Islamic training programs in the nation. And so once I finally came up for parole after 21 years, I was granted a FI-1. And so I was thrust from the prison setting into society, like within 45 days. So you can imagine the big shift that was taking place, because no matter how much you read, no matter how much you study, it just doesn't prepare you completely for what to expect on the other side of those gates. So I'm thankful that, of course, I had a good support system outside, but I just wanted to continue with what I was doing because my pain informed my passion, and that began to fuel my purpose. And so I volunteered to present at a youth program called Tomorrow's Promise that is actually organized by a great brother in the reentry community named Bill Wallace here in Travis County. And from that, speaking to the youth, I had another opportunity with On Point Reentry, and then someone directed me towards the reentry specialist position that was opening at Texas Harm Reduction. And, I filled out an application, got signed on in this amazing place led by the great Maggie Luna, and since then I've just really been working to connect our people with resources and peer support and to help them reestablish themselves in society. In fact, I just got back from a Stop the Drug program that we had over at Stringfellow Unit, so that's just a little bit about myself. I've been through it, but I'm committed to the fight to help make it better.
Well, congratulations again.
Yeah, no, he's amazing.
Thank
He's
you.
amazing. He's amazing. And I wanted y'all to get to know him and everybody that's listening tonight, because I want to really, it's about to be the holidays. We're going into 2026, and I want everybody to really have some hope in your heart and know that when you come home, great things really do happen, guys. They really do. You just have to really press in and really believe in yourself and just know that you are the dictator of time and you're the dictator of your future. And no matter what is going on or what's happened, you got this. And I think that he is a beautiful example of that. And so to everyone listening tonight, y'all, if you're about to get out, you know what's going on. Hopefully in the next few months, y'all are going to hear about a new reentry program we're launching. But until then, we'll keep that quiet. But I will say that if you're needing support, please feel free to write us. You can write our address that I'll give you here in just a second, but you can write me or Jason. We would love to hear from you, kind of know what you're needing. And so that way we can really be there for you when you come home and make things work for you and at least try to be of some support to you. So if you do want to write us, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask you for the address.
Yeah, the address is P.O. Box 14443, Austin, Texas, 78786.
Okay, so I have P.O. Box 14443. Is that correct?
It is.
Okay.
P.O. Box 14443, and then it's Austin, Texas, and I'm sorry, it's 78761.
78761. Okay.
Yeah, I messed that up.
Now, I think we have a little bit of time. Well, do you have anything else that you wanted to?
We can talk about anything. I think that a lot of people that on the show already kind of know the services we do as far as reentry. It's pretty straightforward. So.
Well, I was curious what Jason said a few minutes ago, where he said that the Stop the Drug program, drugs.
Yeah.
That you
Right.
Are all the units offering that?
So no, what's going on right now? So because of the time that I spent in prison, I got to see, let's say, the changing of the guards. And so TDC is kind of transformed, like it still needs a lot of work, believe that. But it's kind of transformed from the days where it was just lock them up, punitive, throw away the key. And they're starting to transition into a more rehabilitative atmosphere. And so the administrators in Huntsville or wherever they're located have decided, because of the impact of the drugs and the fentanyl epidemic, like I have a friend that died 10 days ago from an overdose inside of prison. And so, it's really a major thing right now. And so what they're doing is they're getting together with a few other brothers and sisters that are formerly incarcerated, that have transformed their lives. And we go back inside and we speak to the community about the dangers of drugs and how to find support in that atmosphere, and just try to bring a positive light, And so what they're doing is they're traveling. Today they went to Ramsey 1 and Ramsey 2, which is now known as Stringfellow. And I believe each week they're going to different locations during Texas, spreading this message.
That's incredible. I know so many units that desperately need that kind of encouragement. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, well, let's be honest, most units do need that type of program.
Yes.
So, yeah, that program alone. So they are going around the state. It's not just in one location.
Right. They're traveling around the state. Today, like I said, they went to 3 units. But it's important to remember this, though. Like, it takes a community. It takes all of us working with a concerted effort to help get rid of some of these harms, to reduce the harms that are impacting, the world.
Yeah.
But more specifically, the system here in Texas.
Yeah.
And it is. We see it all the time on the Troll. If y'all are not familiar with the Troll, we see the officers' arrests. So things are getting into the units. It's very scary.
It's real scary. A lot of people are going in now, and they're not even using before they get in, and they're coming out fully addicted. It's a dangerous situation. So I'm really, really glad that he was able to be a part of that today. That's important, that we really start moving around those units and educating people, because when you come home, it gets even harder,
Especially those first few months. I know it.
Absolutely.
Linda and I are familiar with quite a few people who get discouraged at the beginning. But
no, it's a real thing.
Yeah. So congratulations to you again, Jason, for making that transition. I mean, it's great that you're doing that. It's great you're going back in to the prisons, and I'm sorry that you lost one of your friends to this.
Yeah.
And I'm complaining about that. People having their phones on vibrate, and there I am beeping. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all my fault.
Yeah, David sent it to me. Well, we
don't have a teleprompter. Jason, welcome.
Yeah.
I've been over here quiet. I've been doing camera work. So
what's up, my guy? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I'm not formally meeting you, but it's good to hear your voice.
Yes, sir.
I was stalking you, believe it or not. I talked to Maggie the other day, and I was looking you up.
Oh, man.
Man, that's my job. I got to do it. I'm the producer.
Hey, I love Maggie. Shout out to Maggie Luna.
Yeah,
we all Maggie. Everyone loves Maggie Luna.
Yeah, we were talking today.
You don't love Maggie Luna.
Yeah, if you don't love Maggie Luna, something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Wrong, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we both went through the Anthony Graves program and all kinds of neat stuff. So.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah, Maggie's
I didn't realize
awesome.
that.
Yeah, I've been out quite a long time.
Wow, that's so cool.
And Maggie was like in the first program with Anthony Graves. She was with Danny Sneed and Kristen Ricketts. I don't know if you know any of them people, but
I do know the names. Yeah.
Call him the Encourager or Mr. Go Live, one or the other. Yeah. And sometimes he has props. I guess you call them props. He always takes advantage of, like he did something with my motorcycle one time. And I was teasing him because he won't ride no motorcycle.
No.
But it was a good prop. Now, we admire the work you guys are doing, and we thank you because you're boots on the ground. And we really appreciate it.
Likewise.
Yeah, we love it.
You
I mean,
guys
we are
doing
definitely
amazing
boots on the
things,
ground.
too.
Yeah, so we love it. And so, again, y'all write us if y'all need anything. We're here for you. If you get out before you get a chance to write or anything like that, you're always welcome to drop in. We have a drop-in. We have an outreach that you might see in the community. So, hey, just know you're not alone. You can do this. And if you fall a little bit, hey, you can get back up. Just, we're here. We love you however you come.
Matter of fact, Maggie's texting me now.
Uh-oh.
He told Maggie said to ask Jason about Detroit.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
my
because oh my goodness, yeah, because
Oh, my
here's the thing,
goodness.
guys.
So-
He's like made history. He made history, first of all, because nobody, okay, so he has a monitor on his leg. Nobody in the history of Texas has been able to leave on their monitor after coming out and go to Detroit. And then, Jason, you run with it, because, yeah.
Now, I don't know if nobody in history has been able to do that.
I don't think they have. I don't think they have. I'm pretty sure you did it.
Of course.
It sounds better
Of course,
that way.
Yeah, I know, huh? It sounds more amazing.
Yeah.
But
It gives everybody hope.
just yeah, and
So
just
much for
even-
that 10 o'clock curfew.
Exactly.
It's a trip because at first it was 5 o'clock, and they gave me a monitor,
Yeah.
and it was 5 o'clock, and then when I got a job, it became 10 o'clock, and then just yesterday my PO told me I could stay out till midnight.
You go, boy.
I don't have any plans.
Oh, wow.
I don't have any plans to do that. Yeah, I'm still asleep, but I'm going to sleep after the show. Matter of fact.
My house,
But,
I was on a monitor. My house was rectangular, long ways. And the swimming
Yeah.
pool was right outside the back door. And my PO told me I couldn't go swim pool because it was outside the house. I said, but it's
Oh, my
closer to
God.
it's closer to the box than if I go do laundry. She said, but laundry's in the
Yeah.
house. The pool's outside the house.
Yep. Yeah, that's
That's
part of the rules.
crazy.
And that's all it boiled
But-
down to. That was the rule. You had to be in the
Mhm.
house. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So-
was in the house.
But yeah, but Maggie and our company were having going to a drug policy alliance conference in Detroit, and so Maggie reached out to the director of parole and had a conversation and wrote some support letters on my behalf to see if I could go, and so I ended up being allowed to go to Detroit for almost a week. I think we spent 6 days.
Yeah, it was like, it was
6 days in
yeah, it was
Detroit.
great. It was amazing. We had a
And it
great
was a
time. We
life-
went and saw.
Yeah.
Did you still have
Yeah, we
curfew?
saw, what was it? Huh?
Did he still
No,
have curfew?
That's
No,
what's
he
amazing.
didn't.
I don't know if I should even say this on the radio, but I was more free in Detroit than I am here. I didn't have a curfew. I was able to move, and it was just a life-changing experience being around other people that are like-minded, that are in this re-entry effort, in the harm reduction movement. It was just beautiful. I learned so much, and I came back even more fired up to do what's necessary to help our people.
And I think it was a great example of, like, they gave you that opportunity and you showed them exactly that you were able to be responsible. Like, I think that sometimes we forget to, like, mention that. Like, you literally did what they told you to do. And so, they probably doubted that you were going to do that. But, again, it goes back to when you change your mindset, when you do things differently and you are determined to win at all costs, this is what happens.
Yep.
And so,
Well, I hate to tell you, but I got to talking and I ran over everybody's time. So I have
my
to thank
gosh,
you
well,
guys for
well.
coming on, and we really appreciate you.
You're
And
welcome.
we look forward to y'all coming back.
absolutely. Y'all have a wonderful holiday, guys.
You
Later,
too.
Jason.
Be blessed.
Same to
blessed.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Now let's get to Miss Marci Marie. Hang on, Marci. They're trying. They're getting there. We're almost there. We're getting there. Hey, Marci.
Hey, hey, how are y'all?
Good. How are you?
It was a process.
I'm great. What an honor to hear some of Jason's story. And, man, the work that they're doing over there at Texas Harm Reduction under Maggie's leadership is so phenomenal. And just that was really inspiring. And what a great show y'all got tonight.
Well, thank you. And it's a great show because you're on it too.
Well, thank you for that. Man, so I have some exciting personal news. Before I get to that, I've been getting a lot of letters from inside y'all doing some amazing things behind bars, right? I've been seeing y'all taking classes, telling me about classes you graduated from online, telling me about things that you're doing for your mental health, your personal journey, your spiritual journey. I've been hearing things about workout routines. Y'all have been writing me like crazy, and I appreciate that so much. All of your letters mean so much to me, and I'm shooting those back to you. A lot of y'all have already heard from me, but just know that, like, keep up the great work. And also, like, when you're doing something just like Jason's out here changing the narrative for what people think we should do and what we should be, what society kind of has this image of, you inside of prison still have the power to start that change, that narrative change by what you've got going on in there. And I know it's not easy, and I certainly didn't do my time the easiest way. I can't tell you that, I went to prison and was able to do this and this and this. I did some things, but the first half, my first 5 were not great, So I just really am impressed with all that y'all have going on in there. And then I have a couple personal things. My film, Whispers Beyond Bars, it got nominated for the LA Independent Women's Film Festival. It got nominated for Best Human Rights Film. And it's blowing my mind that this film that is based on prisons and specifically women's experiences in Texas prisons with incarceration and pregnancy and motherhood, and that's being seen all over the country, all over the world. In fact, I'm in a film festival in Switzerland in September. So,
wow.
It's really incredible to me to share everyone's collective story. It's our story, and just appreciate people that helped shape that story. I interviewed 20 women, and some of you are listening now, and I just love you so much, and I'm so impressed with the courage that it took these women to share their stories with me. And I hope that this film is just really, really honoring you. We will be in Austin with the film on December 20th. You can check the Lioness social media pages. It's being hosted by After Violence Project and Lioness, and it's going to be at the Hyperreal Film Club. But all the information is on the social media pages. So if y'all aren't following Lioness on social media, you got to. So that's really exciting. I'm excited. And then January will be in Minneapolis, and it just goes on from there. So I'm also working on national work with and convicted people and families movement. It's a long name. It's a nationwide network. We had a meeting today, and I just wanted to share that it's not just people in Texas that have done time in Texas working to change Texas, because they specifically said, we're going to be looking at Texas. We want to see how can we help Texas. And so shout out to Steve Horta and All of Us Are None Texas, because they're a part of that network. So they'll be working here. But I just to encourage folks that sometimes we think when we're in prison that nobody's thinking about us, nobody cares about us, but it's not just even Texas advocacy organizations or people that have experience in Texas prisons. It's really on a national level. People are watching us, and the saying, the South moves, so goes the rest of the nation. And so the work that we're all doing collectively, whether you're an individual trying to change the narrative or whether you're part of some huge organization that has to do with advocacy work for system impacted people or even harm reduction, all of these collective, we're powerful together, and we have what it takes to make a change and to make moves in this kind of tough state. So that it's not always easy to change things for the better for criminal justice reform here in Texas, but collectively, we see small things happening, and we're excited for that. So, we are. Lioness is. It's the holidays, so we're we're about to be taking it easy. I hope. I looked at my boss Jennifer Toon's calendar saw that she has time off at the end of the year, and I'm thinking, I think we're having the end of the year off, which would be wonderful.
Yeah, y'all are always busy.
I think after that film screening, it will be pretty quiet, but we are working on voting rights, reenfranchisement for system-impacted people. Right now in Texas, y'all, if you're on parole, if you're still on paper, if you're on paper of any kind for a felony charge, you're not eligible to vote. But if you are not, if you have exhausted your sentence, you are eligible. We want to push that bar a little bit lower so that even people on parole and paper should be able to vote. So we're working with a coalition, including a lot of other fabulous organizations across the state, including the Sentencing Project, which is a national organization. All of us are in Texas, and more, many more. ACLU Texas, shout out to them also, who they're also screening my film in Houston, y'all, in March.
Oh wow!
So
do you know the date?
I will get it. I'll get it to you. So it's not. I think it's a lunch, and I'm going to have to get it to you if it's. Yeah. So good things are happening, and Linus is also working on, in collaboration, kind of with my next film that I'm working on is going to be surrounding strip searches, which we had a piece of legislation, y'all, last session, and it didn't move very far, but we're going to be really working on spreading awareness surrounding that during the interim session. We're going to have a film out about the middle of the year surrounding it. We're tired of seeing. We just don't think that women should be strip searched 4 times a day going to and from work. We think that a lot of times pat searches can handle that. We know that there's technology that's much less invasive. So those are probably, and then we're working on some legislation surrounding pregnancy and incarceration. So just busy working, and we were in Houston yesterday. I wish that I could have stayed so I could have been in studio.
That would have been awesome.
Yes, I promise I'm going to get there soon. We had I'll forget the acronym, and I don't remember it, so don't let me look sillier than I already am. But the board that is in charge of medical care inside of prisons, it's that board.
UTMB?
And so, like UTMB was there, Texas Tech was there, like it's a board, and TDCJ was there. So they have a meeting, and there's public comment available at their meetings. And I want to tell y'all, I don't think they expected to see us. I think that people don't really pay attention to those meetings, but we showed up because y'all, we're on it. We're on it. We're hearing y'all's letters. Lioness is mostly about what happens with the women's facilities, but some of these issues were across the board that we were able to present. We know that medical transportation is out of there, and we understand. We hear you. We see you. The letters that y'all are sending in about the stay at Plain State Jail, and about. I mean, we told them everything. We told them about the unsanitary conditions. We told them about them not letting y'all shower. Maybe once during a 4 to 5 day stay. We really laid it out for them, and I want to tell you that some of the medical staff, especially, they seemed really interested in hearing what we had to say and next meeting. So to discuss solutions. And then I had one doctor approach me after the meeting and immediately say, text me, let's work out how we can make some of these things better. And then TDCJ talked to Jennifer Toone and said, yeah. Now, we hear that. Sometimes we just hear, that they say things to get us to stop. But y'all know, y'all know we don't stop.
Speaking of stopping, I kind of went overboard a little while ago with Maggie Luna.
I understand.
I'd really appreciate it if you give us back 4 minutes.
I would be so happy to. And shout out to my good friend Bam. I'm getting your mail, and I appreciate you, love you, so happy for everything that you have going on. And love y'all so much. Thank you for your beautiful work.
Thank you, Marci, and thank you for representing everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great night, y'all.
Have a great night, Marci.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, let's get to Abe. And here's Abe. Hey, Abe.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You can hear me all right? Actually, that echo is gone, so I'm glad for that. I'm doing okay. Exhausted. Did 2,500, almost 2,500 miles in the past week on the road, driving down and back to the executions that occurred this week. So I want to share a little bit about that. And first, just a shout out to everybody that's gone before me. It's another great show, and we're grateful to everybody that's listening, everybody that supports this program. The big news is that today we had finally a new exoneration. I don't know if Gloria mentioned this, if she was on earlier, but Elwood Jones has been fully exonerated. He's been off of death row and out of prison for several years now. But today, the prosecutor in Hamilton County, which is Cincinnati, finally just dropped the charges.
Wow.
And it's kind of interesting because they were there's supposed to be a hearing next week on the 16th, on Tuesday, in this case. And they finally decided to just drop the charges, in part probably because this prosecutor is trying to get more funding to set up her conviction integrity unit. And, here's an opportunity to create a start for that. And even this morning, advocacy groups were sending out appeals for people to send an email to the prosecutor and say, hey, just drop the charges in this case. In any case, Elwood Jones did, I think it was 28 years on Ohio's death row for a crime he had nothing to do with. He's now the 12th person to be exonerated formally from a death sentence in Ohio. And there's a number of others that faced the death penalty at trial, got a life sentence, and then were exonerated also. So that's, the terror of the death penalty is from the moment somebody says you might fry for this, and then your life, and then you end up with death by incarceration instead as a sentence. In any case, today we have a new exoneration, and that brings the national total of formal exonerations to 202, and that's 202 too many. And we all still have to ask the question of how many people have we actually executed who were innocent or who had real doubts that nobody can deny in their guilt. Similarly, 2 weeks ago now, Wednesday was a week, Jimmy Duncan was released off of death row in Louisiana. He's out on bail for now, and the state is, of course, fighting it. But it turns out that there was no evidence of crime, and the evidence against him has fallen apart. It's another dead child where somebody had to go because a child was dead. But it turns out that the child had some kind of was having seizures and issues, and was left alone in a bathtub or something like that. I don't even know the case details. I just know that the Innocence Project all over that case and are adamant that there was no crime and he was innocent. In any case, he is, out on bail and doing okay, and that's just one more, and hopefully soon he will become a formal exonerated person. Anyway, back to the other, the worst news. We now have had 46 executions in 2025, and that contrasts with 25 in all of last year, 25 executions in 2024. So we have 2 more executions scheduled. First, just this past week on Tuesday evening in Florida, they killed Mark Gerald. That was the 18th execution in Florida this year. And then on Thursday morning, yesterday morning in Tennessee, they killed Harold Wayne Nichols, who goes by Red, based on his red hair. And, I got to spend some time in Tennessee with some of his family, in particular his sister, and I was grateful the other day, yesterday, after the execution, she shared with me that she was just grateful that she had witnessed the execution, because she felt like had she not witnessed the execution of her brother, which she described as a peaceful experience and process for him. He's a very spiritual man and very Christian and had really, focused on shifting his life, because after trial, the mother of the victim for whom he was convicted in her murder had asked to visit him, and did visit him, and gave him a Bible and admonished him to live his life for the good. And then, according to all accounts, he did do that for the rest of his life, which was almost more than 37 years on death row facing execution. And there was no reason to execute him. Of course, we should also talk a little bit more about Mark Gerald in Florida, because there's a lot of real questions about did he commit that crime. But he was one who says, I'm not even going to fight it. He took it as a ticket off of death row to allow the state to go ahead and execute him. But what they are doing in Florida is picking cases where, there's no space for the judicial process to function in the short time that they are doing it. Everything is procedurally barred, so there's a lot of unfairness happening. Anyway, back to Wayne Nichols. Harold Wayne Nichols, his sister shared that again, she was grateful to be able to witness the execution, both because she saw him go in a peaceful way as she saw it, and that she felt she had been treated wrong within the prison, which she didn't necessarily expect. But she said, had I not witnessed it, I would have had all of these ideas in my head about how horrific it must have been. And she felt like it was actually, she was just grateful to see her brother go in a peaceful way. So then there's so much more we could talk about in each of these cases. But, we've got to look at next week, where we've got in Georgia. Georgia is a state that typically it's like 2 weeks from the time they announce a date until the time they carry it out. It's the shortest of any state, and there's very little time to get things together. But we now know about Stacey Humphreys is that he essentially had an unfair trial, and in that the jury originally voted 11-1 to spare his life. And one juror who lied to get herself on the jury was just so adamant about the death penalty and just, beat down the other 11 jurors to come up with a death sentence. And when most of them, 11 out of 12, did not want a death sentence, but that it was that jury bias that was the basis of the claim that has been basically denied in the courts, and now the last stop is the clemency board in Georgia, which is meeting on Tuesday to decide whether or not to execute Stacey Humphreys. And then back to Florida, where Frank Walls is scheduled to be executed on Thursday evening. That would be the last execution of the year. If both of these happen, we'll end up with 48 executions. I want to talk about Frank Walls, though. He is intellectually disabled and such that, it's, there's no question about his disability, and still you can't raise the issue. And this does bring up the fact that earlier this week there was an argument in the U.S. Supreme Court about the question of intellectual disability and how courts are deciding, what they call borderline cases, because it's commonly understood, when the Atkins ruling happened, they didn't set a bar at what determines intellectual disability, which used to be known as retardation, right? So, in cases that what they're looking at is the question of how do we interpret this. And what's interesting is that the man in the case that was argued, somebody named Smith, Joseph Clifton Smith, which I think is out of, what state is that? Alabama. And basically, he had IQ tests ranging from 72 to 78. Of course, 70 is what they consider the borderline. But, he dropped out of school after 7th grade. At the time of the crime, he performed math at a kindergarten level, he spelled at a 3rd grade level, and he read at a 4th grade level. And if that's his level of capacity, then how do we consider that to be adulthood mentally, right? So the U.S. Supreme Court is looking at it. It's going to be a question. There's already several justices have actually recused themselves from the case, so it'll be interesting, and those would be conservative justices. Roberts and Alito and Thomas have all dissented in these other cases, so it's going to be interesting to see how they come down. But that's the case. That's the situation with Frank Walls coming up on Thursday, and it's unlikely that anything's going to stop that execution. And what that means is that we're going to end up with 48 executions this year, nearly twice the number we had last year. And it's, it'd be surprising if we don't continue, at least in Florida, at the pace that they've been at, which is roughly one every 2.5 weeks. And that's going to continue. So, I just want to mention a shout out again to Melissa Lucio. Of course, we're still waiting for you to be, for your case to be ruled on and freed. When you have the judge and the prosecutor and the current county prosecutor and the judge who sentenced her to death saying, let her go, why is the court waiting so long? I'll have to keep asking that question. And, there's so much more that could be said. It's been a crazy year. It's been a difficult year. And again, with death penalty action has been trying to make sure to shine a spotlight on it and lift up activism everywhere it's happening. So unfortunately, we'll probably see you all in Texas in the coming months. And we drove about 2,500 miles this past week, and we're going to be doing it again. Not quite so many miles, but down to Georgia for that execution on Wednesday, and then on to Florida for the last execution of the year on Thursday. And everywhere we go, we're bringing our bell, the Delaware Bell, which was it's a really nice actual bell that was created for Delaware citizens opposed to the death penalty. And it was tolled outside the prison there in Smyrna for almost all of the 18 executions in Delaware's recent death penalty history. Now think about that. Delaware had 18 executions in all of its death penalty history since 1972, and Florida has had so far 18 executions just this year. When the Hearst ruling came down and required a unanimous jury, which for some reason didn't force Florida to go to that, in any case, they ruled that, and Delaware Supreme Court threw out the death penalty statute in 2016. Last year, in 2024, they passed a bill to scrub all the language of the death penalty in the statute. And at that point, the state group, Delaware Citizens Opposed to the Death Penalty, called me up and they said, hey, we could put this bell in a museum, or we could give it to you, and you can take it around the country. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been a really powerful experience. And unfortunately, I'll get a chance to toll that bell outside the prison in Huntsville sometime in the coming months. And but it's become a powerful symbol, I think, for us as we encourage people to do anything that we can to incorporate more people into the struggle. So we're going to be we are relaunching the For Whom the Bells Toll campaign to encourage especially communities of faith that have bells, but anybody, to make sure that we're calling out every execution. And we're trying to make it easy, especially for communities of faith, to do that. So with that, I want to just thank you again for the opportunity to be here, and Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and Happy Kwanzaa and all that jazz. And if nothing else, happy, safe and peaceful New Year, full of freedom and joy to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Abe, and safe travels.
Everybody take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Maybe.
Hey, y'all, it's Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. I just wanted to drop in and remind you that our Christmas show will be December the 26th from 9 to 11 p.m. Y'all can go ahead and start sending shout-outs if you'd like, or you can always call us starting at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time at 713-526-5738, option number 2, or just go down to our Facebook Messenger app, and at the bottom of the page, there's a microphone. You can leave us a 2 to 3 minute shout out. Depends upon how many people you got shouting out at the same time. If you get the whole family there, it'd be pretty nice. But I need to have the recordings, if you're going to send them, by about 5 o'clock on the 26th, 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. You can always record them on your phone or take a video and send it to david@theprisonshow.net. Happy holidays, y'all. Have a very Merry Christmas. You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201. I was tempted to play a Dennis Price song, but I didn't do it.
I know. I saw you posted one on Facebook.
Wasn't it awesome? Did
Yeah.
you like it?
Yeah.
It's called Wasted Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that he got involved in Bridges of Life, and he actually wrote a song for them. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool. So let's get to some shout outs. Let's see who's been on. Let's get to Robbie. Hey, Robbie. Hey, Robbie. Maybe. I don't think there's Robbie's there. Maybe I'll put them on hold and. Okay, let's get to Ryan. Ryan's on line 4. Hey, Ryan.
Hey.
You are on the air.
Hey, I just wanted to give a shout out to my sister, Fallon Van Winkle, and let her know that we love her. We're supporting her from home, and we are so very proud of the progress she's making. Looking forward to her coming home soon.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You as well. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And now we have Mr. Victor Loya, who recently got out. How you doing, Victor?
Doing good. Just got out.
Feels good, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Sure does. All right. I want to give a shout out to my homie. He's locked up. He knows who he is. He's there at the Ramsey. He knows who he is, and I just want to say, everybody on death row, man, just stay strong. Just stay strong. You know what I mean? And well, here's this track right here. You know who you is. Let's see. There it goes.
I think greatness comes from the people.
Hold on. This thing's messing up on me. Hold on. All right. Here it is. I took a look out the front door, dove out the window. Soon as I saw the PO pulling up in the driveway, messed up, meant to get on my high tops. Cause now I'm on the run from the cops. In my bathrobe and flip-flops, stumbling up the blocks. You thought I was playing hot scotch. Just some gold from the peppermint schnapps. That's the only thing that's been helping to erase the memories of a violent prisoner's past. And last terrifying night in the cell, it's been swell. Keeping space cases in their places while they wasted time in lockdown. The rest of us killing it out on the playground, shooting slam dunks from the free throw line.
What you think? What you think? What you think? What's up? Is that tight? I'm gonna do it one more. Okay, go ahead.
Ain't nowhere to run, ain't nowhere to hide. Dirty Curry's the ride. Hop in, let's go for a spin. Check it out, this car ain't got no engine. In prison, living the dream. Making snitches out of real men. My partner been missing in action. Still coming up, making bank rapping. I'm on the inside of the devil's mansion. Still letting you pour our souls, know what's cracking. Y'all still there?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that was a little shout out I did for the homie, and you know what I mean? Just a shout out, say what's up out the dirty.
Well, thank you there, Mr. Loya, and I hope you enjoy your time out, and you have a great weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all do good too. And like I said, hey, everybody out there on death row, man, y'all stay strong. There's some better promise for y'all on the other side, man. So stay strong, all right? All righty, y'all have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, let's get to Leslie. Hey, Leslie.
Hello. Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to give a shout out to our loved ones. I have two. I have one out in Telford, and then I have one at Baden. And my daughter wants to go ahead and give a shout out to.
My dad, his name is Alan. I want to say I love him so much. He's the best. Dad, I love you.
And we love y'all.
And we love y'all.
We miss you guys.
We miss you guys.
And see y'all soon. Happy holidays, you guys.
See y'all soon.
Keep y'all's head up. Keep y'all's head up. Y'all stay strong. We love y'all.
Mwah.
Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
You too, ma'am.
Okay, how about Captain Tom?
You are listening to the Prison Show on KPFT Houston. I'm Captain Tom, calling in my shout-outs. Special shout-out for John Michael Armstrong. Just on the top of my head, A.B. Anderson, Leroy, Bob Dunn, let's see who else. Charles Strickland, Bobby Joe Harper, and all the rest of my incarcerated veterans, and also my homeless veterans. You can KPFT.org or call 1-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713. Or you can become a sustainer by giving $5 a month, $10 a month, $15 a month, or whatever you can afford. And don't forget, win Pallet Drive. So, remember, you donate to The Prison Show. I'm Captain Tom. I'll be live next week right here at KPFT.
All right. Thank you, Captain Tom. Did you have a shout out to give?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna shout out my friend Trail. I don't know exactly where he's at right now. They just moved him, but I don't know if maybe you can see this on his tablet.
Maybe so. So big shout out to you. All right. How about Joanna?
Kevin, he's in the... Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi. Hi. I wanted to give a shout out to my husband, Kevin. He's in the Polonsky unit. Just tell him I love him and I miss him. And March can't come soon enough. So, and thank you all for letting us do shout outs to our families. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Have a great weekend.
She was quick.
Yeah, very quick. All right. How about Delia?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
I want to shout out to my nephews, Joe Gonzalez. Oh, I'm not sure where he's at anymore. And his brother, Raymond Quiglins. We had a great visit this past weekend. I want to let you know I love you. To Andrew Cantu. And hopefully we will see y'all soon. Love y'all. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. How about Tanisha?
Husband, Jimmy Dancer. I just want to tell him that I love him, and I want to wish everybody on the prison show a Merry Christmas. And I hope my husband knows that I'm waiting for him to come home.
Well, thank you so much, Tanisha. You have a great weekend and happy holidays.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. All right, let's get to Eva.
Hey Trey, how are you? So yeah, you're right with the weekends. They really suck because of no messages and all. I mean, they could really change that, but I mean, at least you can sleep a little bit longer. So I told you a little bit already in a message about the DR Soul Collective. I spoke with them and they reserved you a spot for January. I think that's pretty cool. And from what I saw, they really have like a lot of followers, so this might be a really good thing. The Joy Lady also contacted me, and yeah, you're right, she seems to be like a little bit special, let's just say it like that. But yeah, I told her one more time that she should just let you know what her plans really are. But she doesn't seem to be mad, so I think we're good. Regarding the free Maple shirt, what you mentioned, I mean, I would wear it as long as it's black, but I think you can imagine that. Anyway, cutie, I want to wish you a nice weekend, and I hope you have some fun in there. Be good, Trey. Bye, Daddy.
That was sweet. Bye, Daddy. All right.
I didn't know she... Anyway, she's got her name. I think she's from like Germany or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure though.
She's got a high voice.
She does. Yes, she does, and she seems very happy.
Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah. I like that word. That's funny. All right, before we get to some more. So we've been told, or I've been told, Linda's been told that if they catch at some units, some of the officers see that you have brown fingers. Like say these two fingers are brown, and they see that, and they don't like that. I think everyone knows that that's a sign of.
We know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, they're taking up their tablets they're giving them confiscation papers
Because they got brown fingers?
because they have brown fingers. Now, I have been told many reasons why some people may have brown fingers. I I don't wish to repeat that, but so I'm told that they should be going through a certain process, not just taking up the tablet and giving them papers. So, what have you seen? Have you seen them doing that? So, go ahead and send us a letter.
tablet as punishment.
Absolutely. But they're, according to policy, of course, we all know we're supposed to follow policy.
Give that girl a microphone.
I know, yeah. But according to policy, they're supposed to follow a certain process, but they're not doing it. So,
So it's a process. They get a case, and then they get the tablet confiscated. They don't get the confiscated first.
but they don't know. They don't even get a case for it. They're just taking their tablet.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Period. Yeah, there's no case ever written.
They should give them a case and then let whoever just in the court, whatever the UCC,
Right.
give them punishment and then take away their tablet.
And then take away their, yeah. But they're not doing it. So, what have you seen? Drop us a letter. Let us know, because I'm going to be typing up a little email this in the next few weeks. Probably, maybe not. I'll wait to see if other people at other units are seeing it. So, drop us a line.
I'd like another line. So we're getting out to a lot of states, and I'm getting a lot of mail from like Oregon and North Carolina, and even some of the ladies. And I would like to know if you want other guests on the show. And if you know other guests that would like to be on the show, if you know someone who's advocating in your state and they're popular and you know what's going on, let us know. Tell us what you think. And if you're in Texas and you know somebody that we're not having on the show and you want to hear or see somebody on the show, let us know. Right, David Collingsworth at 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas. I want to say Shepherd, America. 77371.
Right. So
and we want to know. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
got advocates out there in your other states, and I've been talking to a couple of people, a guy from Oregon and a guy from North Carolina. But I heard some other rumors about some people out of Chicago and New York, and I sent out a calendar for 2026 to Danny and Linda, and there's quite a few empty dates on it that we need to fill. So.
And that's the whole point of having empty dates, so we can get some new people. Don't complain about it unless you write to us and let us know.
Yep. So, and then we have some other advocates that we've been watching. So, if you're an advocate and you listen, just know that the eyes are upon you.
The eyes are upon you, yeah. All right, let's get to Eva Maria.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany. I would like to greet everyone in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, especially those who don't get a shout out tonight. Maybe you wonder why I'm calling so often to give you a shout out. I would like to say I will probably never understand fully what you are going through, but I do care for you, and I do hope that this may support you a bit. Maybe you think I am totally naive because I have never been in prison myself, and probably this is true. I can't imagine what you are going through, but I would like to say you matter, and no matter what you did, you are more than your mistakes, and you have dignity, and you matter to someone, and to me, and I think not just to me, but also to other people. God bless you. Have a nice evening. Eva Maria.
Thank you so much. She's so nice. Okay, let's get to Freddie. Hey, Fred. Whoa, bye, Freddie.
Holla.
Holla. Okay, how about Red? Hey, Red.
I just want to send a shout out. First of all, I love you, Cowboy Dave. Supported you, from the beginning. Also, I know that you guys are starting to spread out. So I just want to give a shout out to Oregon out here. You guys keep your head up. I know that the winter months are really bad. It gets cold. It gets depressing. But remember, just got to keep hope and keep doing it one day at a time. Otherwise, I won't keep up much of your time. Just Merry Christmas, everybody, and y'all have a great evening.
You too. Happy holidays. Okay.
She hung up quick.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah. That was my daughter.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, she lives up in Oregon now. She's been up in Oregon for quite a while. She's going to call in. She said she's going to surprise me, so.
Surprise!
I turned around and Linda was writing red up there. I said, that's Shambra.
Okay, how about Caitlin?
Hello, this is a shout out for Beto in Texas. Hi Beto, hola, how are you? I hope that you're smiling at good health and staying safe. As for me, all is good here. I am chilling at home today with Belle. Yeah, and she is right beside me and she says hola too. I got a little Christmas sweater as well, so I'm going to take a picture of her for you and send it to you. Yeah, but she's not too impressed. I think she's like, Mom, what are you doing to me? Other than that, pretty much okay. It's hard to believe the holidays are nearly here. I swear, like the days are just going by so fast. Other than that, please know that you're my heart and thoughts. I also want to say a big hi to the guys, Eric, Mark, Will, Debo, and Rudy. Hope you all are doing good too. And talk to you all soon and stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big thank you for making this happen.
Thanks, snoring.
Yeah, clearly she was right by Belle.
I guess the sweater didn't bother it too much. Huh?
No, I don't think so. That was cute. Okay, Kaliango.
Day. I want has been a third. Good evening to everyone on the present show. It's really has been a third week about the executions which took place yesterday. I wanna pray for the families of those who lost their siblings or relatives. Fighting to the end of death penalty. I want to send my shout out to my brother Franklin Davis, Melissa Lucio, Lasso, Peter Jr., Robinson Roberts, to my brother Abraham Bonowit, to my beautiful mom Linda, Madame Danny, David, Peter, and Francis. Have a blessed weekend. Happy holiday to you all.
Well, thank you, Kaliango. All right, now it's time for Kiki.
Hi, this message for Rodney at Polonsky Unit. Hey Rodney, it's Kiki. Good morning to you. Good evening to you. I am just waking up, getting ready to go outside today and practice using my cane. It's supposed to be sunny out. Just figured I'd get out and get some exercise and get some sun and get out of the house. Anyways, I hope you're doing okay. And I'm missing you. Didn't hear from you yesterday, wondering if the phones are down. I tried to send you a message this morning with one of my cards, but it didn't go through, and I still haven't got my credit card in the mail yet. But as soon as I do, I will send you the message. I will be on tonight listening in with you on the prison show, and hoping to hear from you today. I love you. I'm thinking of you. I'm missing you. And I wish that you were out here with me. I'm always thinking of you, Rodney. And I will talk to you hopefully today. And I will be on with you tonight. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, great week next week. And always know I'm thinking of you and loving you and wishing you were here with me. I love you, Rodney. Thank you, President Show. Thank you, Linda, Danny, and David. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night, great weekend, and a wonderful week. You all have a good night.
Thank you, Kiki. All right. Now it's time for the not so mysterious Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the historical prison show on the Mighty 90 KPFT. Here's my shout-outs: Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt Thomas, Edward Ruiz, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez, Haas, Keith Money. She wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Jesse Cortez. Shout-out for Raymond Lee Cart. And a special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. And hopefully the Texans will defeat the Arizona Cardinals. And go Texans Sunday, December the 14th. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth, and I'll write you back. And now back to the Mighty 90, the prison show, KPFT. Adios.
Adios, Mike. Okay, how about Stacy? Let's get to Stacy.
This is to my husband, Sporty Black. Hey, baby boy, this is why kissing you our Friday night tuck-in. Boo, the girls and I are doing good. We just miss you too much. Baby, you know it's just another day out here trying to stay warm. I have our little heater on and the heating pad on, and it's snowed some last night. Both the girls are behaving, and inside we've heard from C2's wife. She said she'd get back with us later on. She was at a restaurant, but she would get back with us. I just been on the machine pruning emails and getting the updates. I'm getting ready to ride the bike. Baby, it's that time. Remain healthy and safe. Stay focused and calm. And baby, I trust you're mending. I love you so much, Sporty. Take care, sweetheart. Mwah.
Big kisses.
Lots of kisses.
Yes. All right. And Lydia.
Hey there, Danny.
Hey.
How are you today?
Doing marvelous. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Yes. Here on a beautiful, Friday night.
Yes.
Yes, and hopefully we'll get to see, I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully we'll get to see you at Visit.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. I haven't seen you or Linda. Yeah. But I'm calling to give my...
Are they hiding?
We're hiding.
They must be. They must be.
They see you coming. They go...
Okay.
We're what you call Baroque.
Oh.
We're trying, though.
No.
We're trying.
Yeah. No, well, I'll be traveling up there, God willing, on the 20th. That's a Saturday. I'm going to be going on a Saturday. Since last year they didn't have that last week visitation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I decided I'd go on a Saturday, just in case, because they're short on staff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's her excuse for everything. I don't care what it is. Short staff.
Yeah, so I decided I'd go on a Saturday. So maybe I'll get to see you all there, ladies.
Well, I usually go on Saturdays, so hopefully
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm calling to give my son a shout out and just to tell him, and the guys, tell them that we're good here. It's nice and the weather is beautiful here as usual. You know, cold. Not like up there. I heard Houston was pretty cold, but it's just nice. It's pretty. And I know the guys have been watching football and well, they enjoy watching the football and hearing the football. I know Beto does. But we're good here, and it's nice and quiet. Be doing tomorrow, you know, wake up tomorrow, stay back. But I do have that party for tomorrow. I think we're going to be there. We have to be there at 5. So it's the season for all these parties. Lots of eating and just staying busy. It's just staying busy at work too. But we're good, mijo. I went and picked up Anthony after I talked to you. He was already walking. He was here on Raffadale and Benson, so I just went down the street and picked him up. So he hadn't called or anything. To your Tia early. I did talk to Tia early, and I need to get together on the 24th, from what I heard. But that's about all, mijo. Saludos to all the guys, to Big Will, to Eric, Brandon, Roderick, and Mark. Sending my saludos your way. Okay? Guys, keep warm up there. I know Beto told me it was cold up there. Okay, good night, everyone. Saludos. Good night, ladies and David.
Good night, Lydia.
Good night, Lydia.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
I was picking on her.
Well, I would like to give, I know some of his friends are listening, Blaine Milam, who was executed on September 25th. Today is his birthday, so happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday, Blaine. We all miss you. You should have seen Facebook. Everyone misses you so much. I know your friends do too. So, Linda, do you want to do your shout outs?
Okay.
You gotta get on a microphone. She forgets.
I know.
She just starts talking.
All right. Trinity Morton, Frederick A. Young, Gregory Truitt, Bobby Lincoln, Susan Pratt, Emmanuel Etienne, Joseph Carlson, Jesse James Rivas, Derek Hawkins, Davion DeMonte Mangum Sr., Victor Loya. It's great to hear you tonight, so I'm giving you a shout out. I know you're out. And
yes.
Charles C. Bolton, Joe Laws, Jason Walker, Joe Chicola, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Tyler Adams, Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Jaime Cole, Decan Deal, Joshua Robert Lyell, Ricky Ray, Marshall Smith, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Britt Rupkowski, Larry Hatton, Bill Sims. Hey, Bill, that was a really nice letter you wrote us. Thank you so much. Iron Thunder Horse, Chris Cornwell, Alfred Mitchell, David Wood, Wallace Sarto, Gregory Allen, Curtis Robertson, Midget Titan, Paper Cup, William Owens Sr., Stephen Curry, Charles Thompson, Travis Fletcher, Edward Holland, Dennis Price, and Joel White. Good night, guys. And I got a new car, so now I can get back and forth to the prison show with no problem. But I'm staying out of Palestine. Too many deer.
Yeah. How many cars have you been through?
I know. The deer love to go after me, but I'm going to get some whistlers or something that goes inside the hood, they said, because there's so much deer down there. I mean, Freestone County is full of deer, and I have to drive through every day, and, they're deer just running all around. So,
Yeah, poor Linda has been through so many cars. So many of them she still has that are broken down.
well, I don't know, the deer just fall out of the sky there. You don't even see them. They just all of a sudden are there on your car, on your windshield.
I made a right-hand turn the other night, and there were 5 deer, and they were all jumping, and only one of them hit the side of the truck, but didn't do any damage. I mean, he
Oh my
hit his
God.
head, just boom. It was hard.
We were doing
He ran off.
We were doing 70 miles an hour, and that thing hit us
Well,
hard.
I wasn't doing 70. I was doing probably about 30. I just turned a right-hand turn, so
Yeah.
I didn't slide a Dukes of Hazzard turn.
Oh.
That's what Dee Dee. That's how Dee Dee thinks I drive.
Well, I mean, I've been on the interstate right next to you, David. And
Was I on the motorcycle?
Yeah.
I've left you in the dust before on that bike.
Yes, you have.
Debbie drives like a bat out of hell. That's how she drives.
If she drives like a bat out of hell, what am I driving like?
She gets out of there. She gets in that car and she goes.
You really ought to be up here at your mic.
I got a loud mouth, though. I think they can hear me.
Yeah, but it sounds weird. It sounds like you're from the bottom of the well.
All right, I think Miss Rayla wants to give a shout out, and she's actually coming to the mic.
Woohoo!
Yeah, she's heading on over here. Yay! Here.
Hi, all my people at Lane Murray. Amanda, I love you, bitch. Call me. And Joe, I love you. Call Sarah, and she'll connect it.
All right, Miss Rayla. Okay, now I'm going to do you mind if I do my shout outs,
Go right on ahead. My phone wants to update Securus.
Oh, Linda's did that earlier.
Yeah, mine did that earlier.
Oh, it didn't. But go ahead.
Kristen, shall I help you?
Okay, big shout out to Bo over at the Styles unit. Farron, hey Farron, got your e-message. I'm going to be responding. T, I am so sorry. I was not feeling good at all yesterday, but I wrote you an e-message, so you should be getting it. Big Head, shout out to Big Head over at Polonsky. Big Head. Jason Thornburg, Kelsey Young. I hope you're doing well, Kelsey. Randy Halprin, big shout out to you. And yes, I'm going to get it hooked up. I will. Larry over at the Huntsville unit. Britt Rapowski. Troy Glover. Hey, how you doing, Troy? Greg Bryant. Travis Fletcher. Can't forget about Travis. Eddie at the Wainwright unit. Brandon, I got your e-message. I'm going to be answering. For the card. We all appreciate it. I showed everyone. Let's see. Chucky at the Win unit. Yeah, your thing is just amazing. You've been in parole review, I don't know, for a year. That's what it seems like. Leroy over at the PAC unit. Hey, Leroy. Brian Rogers, Jeff Pribble, Will Spear. Big shout outs to y'all. And of course, my favorite shout out goes to CJ. Hey, CJ. Mwah. All right. And I see we have Gloria. Hey, Gloria.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, going a little bit crazier than normal. I actually bought a house, and we closed on it this week.
Wow.
And moving from a big house into a tiny house. So not only am I packing stuff to move, but I'm getting rid of half of what I own so I can fit everything in my new house.
Where's it at, Gloria?
It is out. This is the first time I have ever lived outside of Loop in Houston. It's out near West New York and T. My street dead ends into Sylvester Turner. So I have been under a mountain of emails and papers, and I think they destroyed the forest I've signed. I wanted to make some um, keep Charters. I want books, taking them and putting them on the table that we're going to have at Kwanzaa, and I hope you're doing well. Willie T, hello. I got your message. I haven't been answering anybody's e-messages, Spider or T. I've just been overwhelmed. Obi, thank you so much for that really nice message you sent. I appreciate it. Hello to Tony Ford. Man, I got your T-shirt in the mail a couple of days ago, so I look forward to wearing that. Hello to Thomas Miller L. And I don't know, Thomas, you sent me an email, but it was for Danny and Linda. So I don't know what's up with what you're doing. And I guess I need to copy and paste it or something and send it to you. You to these days. I can't pick up giant legal papers because I'm moving to a small house. And anyway, so Mary is going to Nathan Williams, hello. I hope you're doing well. Beto, hello. I just heard your mom. Ram, hope you're doing good. Jeff Wood, I'm curious if you got a letter from somebody we met at our annual march. He wanted to write somebody, and I gave him your name and number. So hopefully y'all are corresponding. To Charles, Cedric, and Edward, who all have dates, I hope all of you get a stay. And that would put us, one away from 600 friggin' executions. And I want to give a happy heavenly birthday shout out to Blaine as well. I want to tell all of death row hello. Erica, thanks for the nice Thanksgiving message. And I will, once I get settled, I can't wait to go back and visit you. Hello to Darley. Britt Bratt, I don't know what the heck the CCA is doing between you and Melissa. They just need to let y'all go. Hello to Linda, Cardi, Kimberly, and also Taylor. So all of the women on death row. And who knows who I forgot, but to all of my friends, hope everybody's doing well, and y'all stay warm. And I'm not a Christmas person so much, but I guess happy holidays. Oh, well, that is it.
Thank you, Gloria.
Okay.
Have a great
Good
weekend,
night.
and congratulations again.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even know I had credit. that anybody would even sell me a house. But the house I'm getting is cheaper than some of the houses I was going to rent.
Yeah, that's the way it works a lot of time.
Yeah, and my granddaughter, bless her heart, she's not a kid. She's in her 30s. She found all these houses for me to look at that I could afford. So, amazing. Anyway, okay. And the next show is going to be all shout-outs?
Yep, starts at 9 o'clock at night.
No, it's the 26th.
Oh, the 26th, not the next one.
The next
one's the 19th.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I thank Caleb for coming in for me tonight. I'm over my head.
Oh, you're welcome.
But if anybody needs any bedroom furniture or a desk, actually I've got 2 desks I'm going to get rid of. Let me know.
Have a garage sale.
Yeah, except I can't carry them out to out to the street.
Well, one time my first wife and I, we just opened the front and the back door and let them come through.
Oh, my God.
Open house
Oh,
sale.
wow.
Call it an open
I
house
don't
sale. You're moving out, right?
Yeah, but my daughter still lives here.
Oh, well, that won't work then. No, we were moving out, so it would have been whatever wasn't sold, we'd had to put someplace or get rid of.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, y'all have a good night, and I hope everybody's staying warm. It was actually nice in Houston today.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it's. Let me see. Let me look on my. Oh, it's definitely cooler in Livingston. It's 61 right now, and it's going to get down to 49. Oh, geez, that sucks. Okay, well, everybody stay warm, and if I get my act together, I'll send you this letter Miller L. sent me, and then it goes, Dear Danny and Linda, and I'm like, okay.
Well, thank you, Gloria. We appreciate it, and you have a great weekend.
Okay, yeah, I'm renting a U-Haul. Okay, good night, all.
Good night. Bye-bye. All right, David.
Jason, why song?
Greetings to you, Madam Danny, Mama Linda, and Cowboy Dave. This is your humble prison show volunteer mentor and maybe even job search coach, Jason, offering my brightest season's greetings to all of you who can hear my voice across the fruited plain from sea to shining sea. Here we are together again on the radio. Starting out with my shout outs to my brothers Eric, Buddy, Corey, and all the brothers at the mentor program at the Walls Unit. Shout out to Rincon and all the brothers at the Ferguson Trustee Camp, especially those who participated in the first plan class. Shout out to one of my biggest fans, Percy, at the Ellis Unit, and the Ellis Kairos brothers, and especially to you, Dennis 3RD. Hey, brother, I'm halfway through your book, man. It's great stuff and has even encouraged me, too. I'll shoot you a message when I make it to the end. And again, thank you. Shout out to the brothers who have prepared and competed in the speech debate contest at Cofield Unit. Congratulations on the steps you have taken to improve your communication and leadership skills. Now, as I always begin my often talked about mentor moment segments with speaking to you as your sort of virtual mentor, I like to remind you that, hey, I'm just here to try and encourage you, lift your spirits, and maybe even challenge you. So as we enter the holiday season, some of you may be thinking about the time for peace on earth and goodwill towards men. As the Bible tells us, actually, in Luke 2, verse 14. So I thought about how I could incorporate that very thought this evening. So let me talk to you a little bit about what it means to have maybe peace of mind and have that inner peace. So despite what some may think, living in peace is not living in weakness. It doesn't mean that at all. It's living in power. So I'm going to give you 5 ways you can protect your peace and live in a spirit of harmony, especially during this holiday season. So number 1, walk away when it's not worth sacrificing your spirit of peace. Hey, you don't have to explain or justify anything to anybody. Respond calmly, even when others don't. Don't worry about having to have the last word or I told you this or I told you that. Or 3, set firm boundaries without apology. You don't have to apologize to anyone when you are living in good character, or answer to why you stand on this or why you stand on that. Number 4, prioritize your rest and your stillness. For some, that may look like prayer, meditation, or even reading. You got to take care of yourself because there is nothing more important than your own mental health. And lastly, number 5, choose environments that don't require you to constantly have to defend yourself. I know that may seem difficult in places like prison, but going back to one of my prior messages, in case you missed it, you may not always be able to choose the people around you, but you can still choose the people you're around and who you allow into your inner circle. So when you think about your peace, think about your power. Peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control, and the fruits of the Spirit. So I'll leave you with this. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. And that's John 14:27. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, for I have overcome the world. And that's also John 16:33. And I'll close with this. Keep hoping. Your eyes on the Lord. Look out for yourself, and maybe even your neighbor too. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Jason.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Him and I went over to see the prison entrepreneurship program thing last night.
Oh, how did that go?
Actually, we had a small crowd. It was the last show of the year, and I think a lot of people didn't show up. But we enjoyed it. I got to talk with 2 different people about truck driving jobs. And I put in an application, and I sent a copy of my driver's license to one of them. And then Jason said this morning, because I got that job offer, the other one, he said, well, why don't you follow up on the truck driving jobs anyway? I said, I already did. I said, because I'm 98% sure I got the other job. Today I had to fill out all my crimes that I did, all that stuff. And Paul Morgan told me it doesn't matter because of the job, the kind of job it is and the kind of facility that it is. It's a recovery center. So a lot of the counselors and everything there, they've all got records. I think Maggie Luna lived there for a while. And we talked with Jessica Yeager and Kathy. I mean, Kathy goes in there quite a lot. So hopefully it won't matter. Hopefully I'll get the job and everything will go good. But I wanted to cover my bases and turn in all the job applications anyway. There's a lot of things going on over at PEP. You know, Brian Kelly's not there anymore. They got a new executive director. And they're really reaching out into the community. And a lot of people who have gotten out maybe 5, 6, 7 years, now they have a class for them. They can go back over there and they can go through PEP and then they can get involved and get help also. So it's pretty cool. And the lady that was there was in the first class of women. She said she was on Lockhart unit or the Coleman unit, whatever they call it now. And she had signed up for EWAP whenever PEP came through. And she decided she'd go through PEP instead of EWAP. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I want to make a few shout outs. I'm not going to make a big, long, giant thing. But I do want to remind everybody that tomorrow at Northwest Educational Center, they're going to have the car show. And they're still raising toys. So if you guys bring some toys out there and check out the cars. And a little birdie told me that Santa Claus will be there about 11 o'clock.
A little birdie?
A little birdie. Yeah. I had everything open, and I guess it all closed. But my shout out to Arian Medina, Bill Sims, Charles Flores, Clinton Young, Cornelius Robinson, 3RD. I heard real good things about your book. Jason's really enjoying it. Dennis Price, Douglas Rivera, Jeremy Adler, Joe Ramirez, Kenny Travis, Pete Sines, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed, Roy Kaiser, Sonny Wilson. We'll jump up to getting out. Nathaniel, Sharon, James, Gypsy Allman, Daniel Moore, Terry Taylor, Tiffany Cheeks, Daniel Lipscomb, Lionel Rogers, Decorian Porter McCauley, Blake Dickerson, Steve Drayton, Brandon Hemingway, Alexander Orchard, Michael Morgan. I mentioned Nathaniel Estep. I think they call him Fat Boy, a.k.a. Fat Boy, he said. That should be my nickname. Brandon Hemingway, Michael Morgan, Francis Nye, Ivan Williams, and John Thomas. That's the short version this week. Last week, I think I went through all of them. It took too long. But I noticed today I got a big giant list of people that got out, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I love seeing them whenever they get out. But I also had several that blocked me, so I guess I
blocked you.
Yeah, I guess I ticked them off.
No, David.
No, not
you.
David.
No.
You know, guys. I mean, no offense, but I mean, I'll message you from time to time, but it's not like it's a do or die thing. I mean, you text me and I'll text back, and if you send me 2, 3, 4, 5 messages, one right after the other, I'll text you one time. I mean, no big deal. I'm used to texting. You guys might not be used to texting, and to me, that's all it is a text. So it's the same thing. Somebody out here on Facebook Messenger, they send me 3, 4, 5 messages, one right after the other. I read them all and send them one reply. It just makes, especially if I'm paying $0.25 per message, that adds up quick.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you just keep hitting that send button, send button, send button. You watching your coins just go right on down. So anyway, and I hope you guys, like Red said earlier, y'all stay warm, keep your chins up. And if y'all are having issues like we reached out and got some hot water action going on not too long ago. So we don't mind calling maintenance, or we don't mind calling ombudsman. And we're on these phone calls that they're having with the family liaison and all that stuff. And let us know what's happening out there, man. Send us a letter. Drop us an e-message. And we'll do whatever we can for you. But in the meantime, y'all have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend.